I said we're going to be grateful
Whoa.
for stuff.
Oh, we can start off with gratitude right
Okay, so
away.
I
I'm
love
already
it.
ready.
I know. Tear into it.
I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for resilience. I'm grateful for the love in my life. I'm grateful for moments of peace. I'm grateful for today's fresh start. I'm grateful for April coming. I'm grateful for laughter and joy. I'm grateful for growth.
Nice.
I'm grateful for everybody being here, of course, today. And
I
you?
am. I am. I am grateful for this nice, relaxing, chill day. And I'm grateful you guys are back for another episode of Plantspiration Unplugged, where John and Stephanie Ignafo, founders of Plantspiration, and we started that to help people go plant-based and live a healthier, longer life. And it's better for the animals and the planet. So crush it.
I love that intro. People know us for losing 250 pounds as a family, podcasts, magazines, books. But now, for losing the weight, now
Yeah.
people know us for starting Plantspiration and teaching other people all around the world how to get healthy too. Because doesn't it feel good to feel good?
100%.
I feel like everybody I meet is always, asking me all these questions on how to feel good and how to get healthy.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them start out with just how do I lose weight?
That's
You know?
then then I had that whole situation. You got to witness that at the grocery store the other day
Yeah,
when I
right,
walked
right.
in. We're going to talk a little bit about so much. We just had a powerful Saturday support group.
Hmm.
We're going to get into the Plantspiration Health Report. But finally, we get in here. Episode 21, by the way, episode
Nice.
21. Let me let you know. Let me let you know because I'm coming in with the numbers.
Good, good, good. What do you got?
90% of podcasts don't make it to past the third podcast.
Wow.
90% don't make it past the third podcast. And if you make it past the third podcast, half of them don't reach 10.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So
So we're doing all right
it
then.
basically says we're in the top 10 of probably 5 billion podcasts, but still, there's a chance. So
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 you're
you're saying
saying
there's
there's
a
a chance?
chance. Yeah. I mean, if we're just doing something that we love,
Yeah.
we're getting into it. I'm loving it. I'm not even looking back. I'm just like, oh, I can't wait to get in there and just see what unfolds.
Oh, I
Would
know.
you would you say that's kind of where this is going?
Totally.
Do
I
you
mean,
know where we're
at
going
first
today?
it started off a little differently with like, okay, let's talk about this and let's try to hit this topic and this and that. And it's like, that was just like too
I
much.
was doing a lot of coaching
A
maybe
lot of
or a lot of
notes.
explaining of and we kind of had to. You can't
Hmm.
we don't know how to get here until we go through all that uncomfortable stuff.
Definitely, it is something you just got to go through.
You have to. But what a week. You know what it is? Well, first of all, we're a day late. It's not that I should reframe that. We're not a day late. We're recording on a different day. We
Yeah, we
changed
are.
we changed our schedule again.
That's all right.
We pulled off a 24-mile bike ride yesterday.
Yeah, that was well, sure. Look at the weather's not here today for that, so
It's not.
it
I
was a good
didn't.
good call for
It
us.
was beautiful on Friday. I didn't
Hmm.
even get a chance to get out there. And usually I would be like bummed about it,
Hmm.
but I just focused on the Saturday ride. Like, we're going to get that out there.
Yep, yep.
Did you ever think we'd be doing 24 miles?
No, no,
You were
definitely
you were
not.
struggling yesterday, but
Yeah, wow. First ride out for me for the season. I'm like,
I
oh
didn't
man,
realize. And I'm just like, do, do,
freaking
do,
leg
do,
day.
do, 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 do. Yeah. And I looked back. I was like, are you okay?
I'm like, wow, my thighs are definitely letting me know
Well, think about it,
I felt,
24 miles.
yeah, I felt all the leg days that I missed. And that's, I'm like, woo. Now today, look out. My thighs are like rock. Yeah.
That was an awesome ride. I didn't expect it. It's a weird time of year where we have to like pack everything.
Oh, yeah.
I need shorts. I need Under Armour, cold gear, warm gear,
Yeah.
jackets, hats, gloves, tank tops,
I know it.
leg warmers.
It was like everything. Bandanas, like,
That was, you know what I mean?
seriously.
42 mini mandarins.
Well, geez, we left here, what was like 65 or
It was
whatever.
beautiful.
By the time we got back,
I
the
was,
sun was gone. It
we had
was,
to, we had to stop and get you a sweatshirt on the way.
yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna buy a hoodie or something over here.
It was exactly what we needed. It was a long week. It has, we needed it. And I didn't realize how much before I looked forward to these bike rides, like what it does out there for us.
Oh
Like, what
yeah.
would you say? What would you say we're out there thinking or doing?
Um, I don't know. It's just kind of like clearing your cache.
But
And then we can talk about stuff.
when
It's like our
I
board meeting, actually, out
Okay,
there.
that's a good way to put it because when I thought about going for rides out there or people on bikes, I used to think about the people just on the cyclists on the side of the road, and it doesn't seem like they're having a good time.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
because it's like all single file and you're just
you
like,
can't, it doesn't seem like they're out there having a good time,
yeah,
talking, laughing. I mean, we're not out there traditionally riding bikes the way people think. I'm
no.
doing drum solos, we're
Yeah, we're
doing
like side
guitar
by side on the trail and,
until people come up, then
oh,
it's
yeah,
like
of
on your
course.
left, with single file, we're all that, but it's out there exactly like that, having board meetings, jamming some music. I'm sure people are hearing stuff that we don't think they're going to hear because we're just in our own world
I
talking
know.
about like, when it gets all green out here and it's like it's each time it's like a flip book in our mind. I'm talking about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's look at you get out there, we see nature, which is one of the most healing
Oh, it's amazing.
for your gut. Like
Yeah.
you should be outside. You should be outside doing stuff. And I think some people forget to do that because you get so taken up by stuff, or we get distracted by our phones or the TVs or other life situations. But we got to stop and get out there.
Yeah. I'm so glad we did. That was awesome.
I just can't believe I just still can't believe we're doing stuff like that.
It's awesome. I mean, come on. You look at, we're doing stuff like that. Yeah. Look at how young you are. I can't believe you're going to be 54.
Hey, you don't say that.
Well, you look younger
It's the
now,
ride. It was the
healthier
ride.
now than you were, in your 20s, for crying out
Well,
loud.
that's absolutely true. I'm absolutely 100% more healthy than I was in my 20s. I was already having high blood pressure issues. I
Yeah.
was already, dealing with health issues, weight issues, on top of lack of self-confidence, all those kind of things we talked about in the last episode. But like we heard yesterday in the Saturday support group, that's kind of what we talked about on the trail. Like, wow, wow, wow.
Oh man,
What is
everybody is
going
crushing
on?
it. They're just kicking butt.
What is going on? I mean, and we never know how that thing's going to shift.
I know.
That
Well,
meeting.
it's definitely I mean, let's just get to it. It's definitely your coaching it because I see it on Saturday. I mean, you are definitely a really awesome coach. Yeah, it's you people just do it like you you have this thing about you and it's not like
It's not a thing about me.
a
I've done a
mean
lot
coach. Yeah, I mean
I've done a
just
lot
your
of
style of
education
coaching.
and coaching.
Yeah, your
A lot of
style
work.
of coaching is just it's
A
awesome.
lot of learning. Like, so here's a lot of that. It's a lot of learning too. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Along the way. And of course, investing my time learning how to coach,
Yeah.
listening to people. This has been about them. You know what I mean? And for people who are ready for it.
Yeah.
So there's I'm putting my attention to different things.
That's just it. You can't coach people that aren't ready
Ready,
for it,
right.
to accept it.
Well, there's a whole, we're bringing all the right methods to lifestyle medicine. I'm bringing all these things. This is ultimately about behavior change because whatever, if it's not working, something has to change. Okay. And if people aren't losing weight over and over and over again, then it's something has to change. And it's usually we have weight issues and health issues because we have an unhealthy relationship with food. We've got an industry that is just blown away by marketing of health, 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 but none of that's working because we're
No,
the sickest country.
exactly.
So what is going on? We've got a lot of unhealthy behaviors because it's led by an industry of money. Oh my gosh, I'm going there. And this is led by love.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's how the
I didn't even
Plantspiration
know I was going to say all that.
community
Actually,
is crushing it.
that's what I felt,
Yeah.
or
Well,
what I know to be the most effective
yeah.
in helping people get healthy. Of course, it's about the food. I mean, nobody can function unless we got the right nutrients. We're sick because of nutrient deficiencies all across the board. People have no idea how to get healthy.
Right.
They're misinformed, they're misguided, they're led by all that kind of stuff. So in here, they learn educate, motivate, inspire, self-efficacy. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. And then they have a whole community of people doing the same thing. So What are you looking at me
I'm
like
just
that for?
like
You're just
self-efficacy. Yeah, that I had to look that word up.
I didn't know what it meant when I first started getting into this and learning about coaching. I mean, I'm going to be honest, and then,
Hmm.
I guess that's what people love.
Well, this is what you're supposed to do because you're amazing at it.
Well, thank you. I love what I do. It doesn't, that's my favorite part of my job.
Yeah, I mean, you help people, where they're like not, that you help them with their mindset, really.
Well, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times have you gone through stuff where it fails, 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 fails?
Hmm.
We can totally talk about that all day long, how some people just stay there because we've failed so many times. So this is a different approach. This is about behavior change. We
Mm.
can't do it without the other.
Right.
That's lifestyle medicine. This is a whole different form. You can't do it without the other. You look at all the people that have been going plant-based and we see it not stick.
Hmm. Just like all the other diets, they're looking at it as the same as another
Yeah.
diet,
And we
you know.
know what that means. We know what that means. We know that this would not have been sustainable had we not learned these exact things. We didn't ride bikes before. What the heck is all that?
No.
We did not, meditate. We didn't breathe. We didn't
Hmm.
think about self-awareness and failure being feedback or moving forward. We didn't think like that
Yeah,
before.
failure, whatever you were working on, just felt like that was the end of the line.
I
Like,
mean,
that's it.
I'm not, I know we're not the only ones, but it feels like it. Like, no, I didn't know this stuff, but I didn't know how to, maneuver through things like this.
It's a lot. It's a lot to handle. I'm telling you, I see it, like I say, every time when we get together with the community. I mean, they're just really.
I'm wiped out from the ride. That's why I'm like
Yeah,
stretching over
I
here.
am too, but
We didn't stretch enough.
no, not at
No,
all.
the community is absolutely crushing it. And
Hmm.
I don't think people, you know what I love? I'm going to say this. I love the individual who said, you know what, I was ready to sign out. I was ready to check out. I
Yeah,
wasn't going to renew. And I'm so glad she said this because
mhm,
it's real.
for
It's real
sure.
people having real conversations and they see like, oh wow, not everybody is it going through a breeze, or this isn't about if you didn't do this right, then you need to change this, or it's not quite like that on Saturday. So each
Hmm.
day is a different like little lesson of behaviors,
Yeah.
so and then there's that consistency, and then power in numbers. And then everybody starts feeling positive, and then we get a bunch of dopamine, and then just keeps happening
Well,
like this.
that's why the meetings, the group, Plantspiration, I mean, it is led by love. So
It
when
is.
people are just more comfortable, and when we talk about uncomfortable stuff, I mean, that's how comfortable it is.
Yeah, I did say
When
like
people are
it's
like,
kind of
okay, I
brave.
came in and, hey, I kind of, popped a tire, I had like something I shouldn't have ate, like it wasn't as
They
clean
said
as
they
it could have
popped
been.
off, they got out and popped all four. And you
Yeah.
know what? It was almost like the level of dopamine and the level of love in the room
Hmm.
went up, 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 up. And then I even said, not in that moment, like, hey, who feels all motivated now?
Hmm.
But the reaction to what was going on was something we don't get to see. And never in
Yeah.
a medical industry or field, or you're not going to see stuff like this
No, no. This
of
is,
everybody like lifting each other up. And it doesn't matter how big this keeps going. The love just keeps growing and the understanding,
hmm.
and people leave and they're just like way more motivated. That's what I meant by that. Like you could feel it. Nobody even had to say anything, and again, we start off and there's this method we have before we start. We kind of gauge where everybody's at.
Hmm.
And by the time everybody leaves, no matter where they're at, they're always lifted up.
Oh
And
yeah.
don't get me wrong, I guess we're getting into this. I mean, we never know what we're going to get into, but
Hmm.
what is going on in the Saturday support group? What the hell is going on? Because you leave there and you just feel so good. Everybody just feels so good.
Yeah, you feel more empowered,
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Nobody feels bad if somebody's like crushing it or reversing, shrinking tumors and reversing diseases. There is a different, all the things that we've done it's led to this group and the way that it goes. So everybody is just listening more now to how did they overcome that, because that's what this is about, is learning from the failures, not this is it,
Yeah. I mean, and
game over.
it's really great that they're there to talk about when they feel they have failures, and the right away they know this is feedback. I'm going to do better next time.
I'm going to totally spring something on you. So, what do you think? Okay, this is completely a different life we're living, like 150-degree turnaround. I mean, it's not like
Or
I went to
180.
school to be, you know, this. Okay, so I'm saying, so we've got a totally different life. This is going on. What are you thinking?
About
Just like where we're
everything.
going.
I love it. And we're helping people.
Okay.
We're helping people, and everybody is.
Not what you thought this lifetime was going to
No, I
be.
don't know. No, not at all. Like totally before plants. This is way
Yeah,
out
what are
there.
you thinking about before? This is what I want to know. What did our life look like before to you, the future? What did you think that looked like to you?
I I don't know. I really didn't have a good. Well, I don't have that clear of a picture, of what it looked like before. Really,
Do you
I didn't
think
really.
that we
What
didn't?
I remember before is telling you, I don't think I'm going to live to be 60. I
I
remember
remember
telling
you
you
would say
that.
stuff like that. And I
Well,
was
that's how
saying,
I felt. It was terrible.
do you think that you just didn't see a future because it was just
I just felt like
what was
crap.
going, yeah, what were we doing?
Trying our best to eat the right stuff
That was true.
according to the,
We just
guidelines.
we just wanted to be healthy. We just wanted a healthy family. We just wanted to do the right things. I mean, there was definitely all about that.
All of that is still the same. I mean, really,
But
but
we were doing it wrong.
yeah, we were. Yeah. We were doing it by somebody else's rules of what's healthy,
Yeah.
and I don't like that. That's the system we were born into.
You said it.
I did.
I mean, we had to
So
rethink
there.
everything, I guess. I guess it was a little bit about that. But anyway, that was
Well, you got to be open to rethink it.
so let me go around and ask you this then. What do you see for the future now?
Um, I just see a better, healthier future with more delicious food
Food.
and helping people and just leading with love, I guess, and just setting a good example, being the inspiration the world needs to see, trying to do better every day. How about you?
Same. Wow. Didn't expect this future. That's what I mean. It was so
Yeah.
life changing. And I want other people out there to be inspired to know there is so much of that. You're capable of that. That's what it is. You're
Yeah.
capable of that, and it hasn't always been easy to get through these obstacles and these failures. And that's why I can empathize with so many people. We kind of had we had a moment earlier. Maybe this is episode 100. You know what I mean? When we're like, if they knew all the things that we went through, in that moment, we just said, there's so much that led us here to be where we're at. There's so much. And we know so many people have stuff from their past that's just like, wow. What I'm saying is that when we look back and when we've told people, the documentary, that in that moment was when it was like, what? What?
Well, we're gonna
What?
we're gonna just move forward.
But you know what I mean? Those experiences could have totally taken us down in so many ways.
Oh yeah.
But
I'm glad we're on the path
I
we're
know
on
I know
now.
people need to have that hope and understanding, and I guess it's all wrapped up: hope, understanding, empathy, all the things that make people feel like they can be vulnerable because they're not judged. You know what I mean? Like there's
Yeah.
that too.
That's what I'm getting at in the group. They're not being judged.
Gosh, no.
So they can share more and we all get through more things.
Well,
It's
don't
awesome.
people want to hear the truth, for goodness sakes? I mean,
Yeah.
aren't we all getting sick of being misled with information because it's benefiting somebody? So everybody in here knows nobody's benefiting except for you.
Exactly.
You, if you're listening to this, that we want this to benefit you.
Yeah, don't fluff it up. Like you really want the truth. What do you always say? Do you want me to tell you?
I say it to the group all the time. I say it when I'm coaching, and I'm very sincere when I say this, and I mean it. Do you want me to tell you what you want to hear, or do you want me to tell you the truth? Because I know you can handle it. I know you can handle it.
It's the only way to really move forward is with the truth, and
There's-
know where you're at, what you're doing, and
And we didn't realize, there was some of that going on. Like we didn't realize, so we were just going along with what we knew. And then just facing that we could live without meat. What?
Yeah, right.
That's not true. I didn't believe it. And I lived like that for a long time. But
That's crazy.
yeah, well, I mean, and there's a science behind what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I know I make it all fun and yee, and I'm all goofing around all the time, but there truly is a science behind what we're doing, how we're doing it, and it's why it's working. Then there's you. Then you play a
Then
big
there's
role.
me.
Then there's you. How was work this week, by the way? Let's get off of this. I don't want to always be
It's
like,
crazy.
tell me.
Again,
I heard
another
you out
crazy
there
week.
like I heard stuff
When?
not
Just
going
today?
good. Yeah, I
Oh,
heard.
yeah.
I could tell
I
when
couldn't
something
even
goes wrong.
focus. Yeah, I just throw another part in the scrap bin.
I
Just
hear
a little
that.
piece of aluminum, but I was like, oh,
I heard it.
gosh.
That's got to be frustrating. I
And
know.
then I screwed that one up, so I threw that in. I just was like, you know what?
Were you thinking about
I was
this?
thinking about I wanted to get to a certain point to get up, so we could get the podcast going. I love doing
I was
this.
excited
and I'm like, you
about
know
it.
what? I'm just going to shut the machine. I got the thing like
I didn't know
squared
you
up,
did
ready
that.
to go. And I'm like, okay, now I'm just going to shut it off and
I didn't know you did that.
let's do our thing here.
Because I get really excited too, because then we start dropping some things that we want to mention. I mean, first of all, you get out of the Saturday Sport Group. This fuels us.
Sure.
It absolutely fuels us because I can't wait to get in here and I can't wait to tell other people, you got to feel this. There's nothing like this. If things aren't working out for you, if you're not getting this down, if you don't feel supported, if you're not sure exactly what you need to do, if you're ready to get loved bombed by life,
Yeah.
we'll see you. Okay, plantspiration.org, sign up. We're just in here today unloading on how we got here, how we are running this whole awesome group, doing what we're doing. And you're also working from home.
Yeah. Yep.
We're just really doing some stuff, but we're loving it. We talk about that all the time too. Like the day that I don't love this,
I know it. I wouldn't change it. I mean, I love doing my day job, working and helping
Yeah.
people out and, just whatever tools we need to make springs and
into it.
stuff. Yeah, I love
well,
what
you
I
like
do.
designing that stuff and making that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. But then, and
Stuff doesn't work out all the time.
yeah, sometimes it doesn't. Like the last few weeks, it was a little tense, trying to get the job running on a machine, and then that machine was like broke, and then we had to move
This has been
the whole
a
job to
month for
another.
people.
I'm telling you, it has. It's really kicked my ass.
I actually wanted to, I mean, do
But
you
I'm
know?
still standing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like this whole month for so many of my members, for so many of my clients, I just kind of kept thinking to myself, like, wow, this is racking up. A lot of people have just had the oof, like
Yeah.
not awesome stuff
The
is,
gut punch.
yeah. So, we're
And
hearing,
they still show up.
and they
It's
still show up
awesome.
because they need this. People
Yeah.
need to hear that, and to hear her say, or to hear that person say, to be honest with you, I don't love that I'm hearing, that this isn't working out for you or something didn't go right. But man, it almost makes me feel like a normal human being to hear other people going around explaining they're dealing with stuff too, because what a lot of other groups aren't getting real like that. People aren't really.
No. I feel they're not really getting the progress,
Maybe not.
something like that.
But we are.
Yeah, we are.
Speaking of progress, over 15,000 subscribers on YouTube. So could we say thank you to everybody out there?
Definitely.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you for being a friend. I mean, more of that. I guess we're just bringing in the love right now. 15,000 subscribers and up. That can go up and higher, by the way. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, share,
Yeah.
all the good things. We want to just bring. We want to bring motivation to people. I mean, again, I'm not going to lose the fact that people still want to get healthy.
Right.
Okay, let's inspire you to do something different. Like when we started this podcast. What's going on? Is
telling you,
somebody
we
mowing
did
their
it.
lawn?
I don't know.
Hey, that's cool.
Might have been a
They can do that too. Anyway, and also on top of that, we're up to like 357,000 views. So that's up another 20 or
Wow,
30,000.
That's
So
a lot.
and
That's awesome.
and with everything going on, I have not been able to get any promotion stuff going,
Oh, yeah.
marketing, advertisement. It's just been a lot going on. So
It's been a month. I'm glad it's about over.
like I talk about, and when I'm working with people, you have to really shift your focus to what is working, what you did get done. Do you find that method within your own motivation?
it's different. Like I motivate
What
myself.
motivates you?
Yeah, just I mean, really got I guess a deadline.
A
You
deadline.
gotta get stuff done by
You
then,
do kind of wait until the deadline. Do you think I'm
Well,
more?
I don't. I'm not waiting. I'm just like I'd rather do other stuff and not do the work, and then I'll get to it, and then I don't know. Yeah, I purposely put myself under pressure, and then I perform better doing.
Some people do that.
Yeah,
I see some people do that.
I
Does
would
it
rather
work for
just
you?
get it done sooner. Yeah, it does, but
How could you see doing it sooner? How could you reassess that?
um,
Oh, Nikes, here comes some coaching.
nothing. Yeah, yeah, right.
How
No,
would you rethink that? Like, how would that be? You could still get a dopamine hit. Like, how could you get yourself to bump that up?
just a little more planning, I guess.
It's always about that.
Totally.
It's always about that.
Planning it out a little bit, like, and sticking to it. Like if I say, okay, I'm gonna work tonight for this many hours, I need to do it.
Yeah. What
You know,
gets in the
that's
way of
all.
that?
Um, Life,
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
and
How do you get
it
back into
depends
it?
on how my day went. If I'm like extra tired, I'm like, I'm just not gonna. I know I have more time, so I'll just blow it off for a little bit, another day.
So you negotiate.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
negotiate your time.
Well, yeah, I think I don't want to run myself down. I'd rather, or not work so late, and run myself down, and then I'm not really.
Well, it's okay to kind of take a break too. A lot of
Yeah,
people, so that a lot of people are beating themselves up for what they didn't get done, what they didn't get done. I mean,
I
didn't we
know.
live our whole life thinking about what we didn't get done, what we didn't do, all the diets that we failed, all the
Hmm.
programs that we started, all the courses that we maybe didn't finish, what all
Yeah.
the projects that we didn't complete? Doesn't that really drag you down?
Well, yeah, but at least if
Does
you're,
it today?
no, I mean, not really. I think I'm better. I can handle things a lot better.
This is why it's working here.
Hmm. Yeah.
This is why it's working here.
I got my brain screwed on right, I guess.
Doesn't this
Looking at things and seeing what's the priority,
progress?
progress. Yeah. Over perfection,
That's another thing. That's why
right?
it's working over here. I mean, it's just
Hmm.
it's everything that everybody's doing, and I want to get more people inspired to get this stuff down. We lose ourselves. I said last week we lose
Yeah.
ourselves in
Hmm.
everything going on, and so many people are understanding here that you cannot control the stuff that's going on. You
Right.
can't. You have to bring it back to taking care of you is the best thing you can do for everybody else, and we get really, really distracted with a lot of stuff because sometimes it's just what we know. It's just what we've learned. So again, this goes right back to behavior changes. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That
What
totally
are you
makes
thinking right
sense.
now? Because you're
I'm
you're
just
into it.
thinking, yeah, well, I'm just thinking it's a lot of you just like this self-efficacy.
People need to
That
know
is
they can do
holy
it,
cow, yeah.
but we lose that. I mean, I can talk about how to do it, but what goes on over here is people lose the fear. I'm removing the fear for perfectionism.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of that going on. So once we create that safe place where people can kind of just be, not judge, it's a judgment free zone.
Hmm.
People show up even when things are messy.
Yeah.
Even when things are messy, they still feel really good leaving here. Who doesn't want more
Right.
of that?
Right. Well, they know they need it. They really want to come in and need it and feel the support of everybody. And just them being here also makes other people feel supported.
Want the
It's awesome.
neuroscience insight to that?
Yeah, lay it on me.
It's tapping into the dopamine the right way.
Ah.
Look at what's going on.
Hmm.
Notice there's no negativity up in this place.
Right. No doubt.
It's just the way that we've created those wins, those victories, those celebrations. You know what I mean? We're bringing in colorful foods. We're teaching people how to use,
Hmm.
I mean, our eyes were meant to go look for colored food.
Yep.
Our eyes were meant to look for colored food.
It was.
But when we're living in a place where we're seeing brown food and the packaging is colors, think about that, you guys.
Yeah.
Everything you're eating is brown. I
Mm.
mean, I lived that life in a healthy life. We ate fruits, we ate vegetables, but it was brown. It was, the meat was brown, the batter's brown, the covering's brown, the bun is brown. Look at when you see a commercial for Kentucky Fried Chicken. Where's the green? Where's the red, the yellow, the purple, the orange, the greens? There's none of that.
It's all brown when you flush it
It's
down.
in the packaging. So anyway, when we point that kind of stuff out and people feel empowered with, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that I was being pulled in that direction so much. It changes the perspective of everything.
It does. It gets them all amped up, and then they want to go do better.
Then that's a win. Wow, I
That's a big
recognize, like, no wonder I'm getting drawn into that and I have so much control. Maybe I could do something different.
Heck yeah. I mean, I feel it right now, a little dopamine hit, just thinking about it.
Well, it's
I
because
feel a little energized.
we're engaging the whole brain.
Yes, we use our whole brain here at Plantspiration.
Left brain versus right brain. People need logic. So if that brings it right there. Now I understand why I'm getting pulled in that direction.
Definitely. And then you need a creativity in the kitchen.
Well, people need logic, vision, creativity. That's how changes stick. What I do is I teach the science. We both do. We teach the science. And engage the scene. Look at these classes. They're getting into it.
The classes are a blast.
Why?
I mean, because we're having a good time, but people are learning, and we just give them the information at an easy to understand rate. You know, it's not just thrown at you.
It's all fun.
Yeah, exactly. We make it fun, and then it kind of sticks.
Changes happen through the habits, I think. And then you're seeing us go through it right here too. Look at the habits that we had to get into. We had to find the right time. We had to find the right rhythm. We had to find the right, don't put too many notes up. Don't do too much of this.
Yeah, we're pretty
Big
close to
changes
that line.
happen through tiny habits repeated consistently. And where do you hear that?
I hear. What do you mean?
No, I mean, where I didn't know how to.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't hear that at Weight Watchers.
No, not at all. I liked it. I actually wrote it down here. Habit stacking. That was great.
It's what you do.
Yeah.
We keep stacking the wins. We give them daily things to get into that keep building the wins, that keep building the dopamine. And we're getting into a whole new month. I can't wait. We get into these challenges too. See, that's what I mean. I love what we're doing.
I know.
We've been through it. We know what gets us motivated to do stuff, to get through this stuff.
Definitely. Like you see a lot of, now turning April, we're going to have April showers. And you always see a lot of times you'll see the rainbow with the showers.
That's exactly it.
That's this week's class. We're going to eat the rainbow, not Skittles. Ew. Sorry.
But it's
folks, but we're going to.
Is it a metaphor?
Yeah.
Is that what?
I don't know.
There's so many.
I don't know. Hopefully it's a good thing.
We did a lot of miles yesterday, so I might not be.
I just can't wait for this class. The delicious recipes.
We have good food coming this week.
So colorful and amazing. There's still time to sign up.
Most people don't realize that that's where our eyes go to. They're diverted to the colors. If you go stand in the produce department, you stand and you look around there, you'll get mouth watering. You'll get like, that could be great if you did this or you cook this. But that's just not the way that the marketing is set up. It's set up for who has the most money to shove the product in your face, put the most chemicals in. Am I going down right here? Am I taking this to a yucky
spent
place?
so much money making the stuff taste a certain way to get you with all the
That's
flavors
hard for
and
people
different
to
things.
break that stuff. I mean, we're breaking a lot of stuff. It isn't just habits. It's breaking those things too, chemicals.
Right.
Last week, our whole class was about detoxing.
Yeah.
People, you think detoxing is just not eating, right? Like it's, well,
No, really.
maybe let me rewind that. I thought detoxing, I'll take that back. I thought detoxing meant not eating.
Yeah. Okay.
Isn't that what that meant? Like I'm going to starve myself.
Just to flush out your system?
Speaking of flushing, let me have some tea right here to detox my system. Let's read the tea tag today.
Is it tea time?
Yep. Oh my gosh.
Do it.
Live consciously. See?
I'm telling you.
Before I would have ripped that off and been like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? That's just the way, that is kind of what it is, living consciously about what's going on.
Yeah, I love this tea. I always read my tea tags. Let your need be to help those in need.
Well, it's a movement. What can I say?
That's what we're
It's
doing
a
here at
movement.
Plantspiration.
It's a movement. This seriously, it's not just a coaching method, really. I guess I could say, as I was just thinking, drinking that tea in consciousness and kind of reevaluating, it's not just a coaching method. It's a coaching mindset, a movement, you know, and I'm kind of a visionary, I'm learning. And that's all I'm thinking about is more people just feeling better and getting this down so that they realize, well, everybody, I always say to people when they get in here, you're gonna learn here that there is no more dieting. This is about living.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll get you there.
That's awesome.
There
It
is no more dieting here. That what we just witnessed. That's living.
for sure. I mean, everybody is just so damn happy with where they're at. Even when they're not doing good, they know, or they've had a bump in the road.
We heard that.
Yeah, but they know they're here. They're showing up. They already got
They
their
feel proud
re-
of themselves.
their course correction, and
Sorry, I got so excited. I
all right,
interrupted
it's
you.
good.
Back it
It's
up.
awesome.
You were saying they get so motivated by even when things aren't going right.
Yeah, yeah. It's good that they show up, and then they get this. They feel the support that everybody needs. I mean, it's proven scientific.
I can't wait till we're having, Plantspiration on every corner where people get to actually get together and not be shamed in meetings for not doing things right.
Right.
But we have more of this. That's my vision. That's where this is going. That's what I manifest. That's what I'm seeing. That's what we've been doing. And it's working. And I'm really proud of it.
That's right. No, this is the no shame game here.
Speaking of no
We're
shame,
crushing it.
let's do a little Plantspiration health report. And I don't even, we didn't talk about it. Usually I send out even emails that say, could you guys fill this out and update it? So I apologize. I know a lot didn't get done this week
That's all right.
on that end for the podcast, but people are crushing it over here. I know that part. And it isn't just about the numbers. I know that. We just witnessed a whole movement of,
But it's good to have the numbers so you can see where you're at, engage it and know where you're
well,
at.
those
and what you're
numbers
doing.
are like we've learned about the blue zone. These numbers are showing this is the blue zone in numbers.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like you get to
totally.
see this is what's working.
Yep.
That's those lifestyle medicine pillars coming in hot.
That's
Coming in hot. All right, break it down.
Heck yeah.
Let's hear this Plantspiration health report. Last week we were down 1,540 pounds since we started this podcast 21 weeks ago. We just thought it would be awesome for people to be able to tune in every week and see, what is this Plantspiration place all about? What's going on?
Yeah.
This is
I mean, it's not all about the weight, but
it's not. This is a diet and lifestyle change. People are getting their life back. They're doing all sorts of stuff that they never thought they'd do because maybe their doctor said it couldn't happen.
that's right.
Maybe they didn't know that you could reverse heart disease, diabetes, diverticulitis, PCOS, infertility, restless leg syndrome, arthritis, lupus, autoimmune, Graves' disease, pancreatitis. Should I stop?
My goodness.
Well,
it would be easier to say what it doesn't do.
well, what it doesn't do is cause people to get sick or lose themselves.
That's right. But this week's health report,
Let's hear it.
we are down to 1,570 pounds.
For the love of carrots.
Yeah. Right?
That's what happens.
I'm telling
Really?
Yeah. And that's just numbers. It's not all about the
Say
weight.
that again.
1,570 pounds.
Another 30 pounds?
Yeah.
This is what this is what I'm talking about. We're not talking about, hey, weigh in every day. That is not how this is working. This is people thinking about their health. This is people saying, I want to get healthy. Not I fail at everything. Not, oh my gosh, I've done it again. I went off the track, or I ate some nachos, or I did this. People are not talking like that over here.
No.
They're really learning how to have that self-confidence of I'm doing this. And that's what we're seeing. That's
telling you.
impressive.
It is. But more what's really impressive here.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, for checking in on your health report.
That was a dopamine hit.
Yeah. I have somebody. We have somebody here in the first week. They're already off of their blood pressure medicine.
Say what?
They're already off of their blood pressure medicine. They've been here 1 week.
That's incredible, but
Yeah.
not surprising. Results typical.
no.
That is amazing.
right.
Congratulations to you. I didn't even get a chance to talk to you. I already know because what? Because I know who was here a week ago. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
Amazing. That's very impressive. And if I may recall, again, one of the most powerful things we heard this week was in class. I said, how many of you, we've got people who buy the classes individually. You want to check us out? Check out our classes, okay? You can go
Yeah.
online, you can register. It's virtual, it's live. And I say to everybody in there, how many of you guys are plant-based pros? How many of you guys have been doing plant-based for a while?
Everybody.
Everybody raises their hand. And I said, how many of you guys are learning how to get it down for the first time? And everybody raises their hand. There's something different going on over here, and it's like the Plantspiration phenomenon. So as you were off their meds in the first week of blood pressure.
Well, a big thing
she's
is
doing
people,
awesome.
People will be, they're doing great now, and they're like, and I did plants before, how they
I
say
love
it,
that.
but it just nothing like this. Like I'm actually making progress and really, really doing it this time, and it's you guys, it's the support, it's everybody here in the community, and it's awesome. We did have people are healing quicker after surgeries. Okay.
Always. I've never
yeah.
heard anything other than that when I see people going into surgeries.
No doubt. And people are really, really getting it. I got some good quotes from the group.
Let's hear it.
It's not where
I'm
I
impressed.
want to be, but it's where I need to be.
That's
just on
amazing.
on their journey, on their highway to health. That's where they're at, and right wherever they're at is where they're at, but they know they're moving forward. They made it to the group. They're really doing it.
This is exactly what we need to hear more of. When I say to people, be the inspiration the world needs to see, they leave there like, heck yes. And I want everybody to walk around like that.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Feeling good about what they're doing. That's what this is about.
Yeah. And this is really about fueling yourself and not feeling bad about it. We got people, and it's funny because the Eat Your Plants Off program that we got going, like,
Classes
you
are awesome.
do exactly that. You just eat. It's practically
there's the
all you can
nourishment
eat.
part in there too, and that's the thing. People are really getting, I say all the time, get unconfused with everything going on, and you can see it's working because look at what everybody's doing week after week after week. This is amazing. When do you think we're hitting 2K?
I don't know.
I'm going to have to turn it up
This year.
You guys, members, if you're listening to this, please let's make sure that I'm connecting and we're overcoming obstacles.
Yeah.
How can I continue to support you on crushing it? Because everybody's doing amazing. Like I don't know what else to say. You guys are doing amazing.
There's nothing else to see.
You guys are doing amazing.
That's right. And they notice, and I remember where she said, I'm not eating enough. How weird is that to say out loud?
Okay, this is a big deal, by the way. Let's talk about this for a minute.
Eat your plants off.
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
You really got to change your mind or inside your head. It's like totally
it's a big obstacle for a lot of people.
Because our whole life's been like cutting back, smaller portions, calorie reduction, all this crap.
Yeah, well,
that's not. But really, if you look at it, when we eat plants, we're trying to hit 2,000 calories
easily.
That is a calorie reduction from all the crap we've been eating.
100%. But they go from that to 1,300 calories.
Well, because they think, calorie reduction from 2,000, but down, okay, that'd be no, you haven't been eating 2,000 calories. You've been eating 3,500, 4,000 calories.
This is exactly there's a cup. Well, I've got my 7 tips that I'm always bringing up, but this is exactly part of it. When I say eat your plants off, when I trademarked eat your plants off, this is exactly the program that I envisioned that we were going to be teaching people, because that is the biggest misconception. All these years later into coaching, into working with people, I have learned that people are not eating enough. That's the number one thing. And they're
it's
confused.
Like when you can, it's amazing. I feel fantastic and I can eat a lot of food and good friggin' flavors.
But
and
gets
I'm
confusing.
not missing anything.
But then it gets confusing. What about breads? What about this? What about avocados? So that's exactly why everybody's doing so good, is because they're learning what works. They're learning exactly how to build those healthy habits that make this work. If you're out there doing it on your own and you're not seeing the results that you want to see, get in here and listen to what other people are doing, because it is not just the food. If you're stuck on the scale and you're stuck on the numbers, there's more. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. There's more to life. There's
This
more to
was kind
learn.
of where the Saturday support group did kind of go. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing amazing, and they're all going to reach their goals, especially these people who keep showing up.
That's
Not a
right.
doubt in my mind.
They're showing up for themselves. Like this one here, she said, "I've always shown up for everyone else. This is me showing up for me." Like,
Powerful.
yeah, I mean, taking care of your health is so utmost importance to really do better in life and family and work
We'll
and
break that
everything.
down a minute too. Now I'm going deep. Why is it that so many people feel the need to take care of everybody else?
That's how it is. I
There's a
mean,
lot of ways, but there's a lot of ways people learn that behavior. You know what I mean?
yeah. Why don't you lay it out for us?
Well, I'm just saying, I see a lot of people, and you heard it here. I see a lot of people. I want to tell everybody else about this. I want to tell everybody else about this. I need to help my neighbor. I need to help this person. I
Yeah.
need to fix this person. I know this conversation because I lived it.
Man, seriously.
I lived it. And you learn some of this behavior, or you inherit it for other reasons. Way deep. We don't need to get all psychological, but this is a big part of it. So when people learn to take care of themselves and love themselves, then they value themselves where they're at,
Exactly.
not on how much you can take care of that. You have to take care of yourself first. What are you thinking?
No, that's great. It's exactly right. You have to.
You have to if you want to take. I learned this, and this is why we're here, and it is what it is. I had to really focus on me, and I shut everything down to focus on me. I didn't realize what I was doing at the time, but it was all this stuff.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I
definitely.
have some questions for you too, since you hit me
That's
last
good.
week with
That's
it.
good.
So move along.
Well, my last thing is, well, if I can, when I get better, everything around me gets better.
Do you guys hear
That's
that?
exactly what we're talking about.
Do you
When
guys hear that?
Take care of yourself.
And that's really
Stuff's
hard to do
better.
because we feel bad if we can't take care of everything else. I mean, I get it. I know it. I get it. I know it. But we have to stop and we have to look at ourselves of what we need to do. And that's what people are learning how to do over here. They're learning how to be the biggest inspiration and impact, because what's more inspiring than seeing somebody who loves themselves, who has self-confidence, who have been successful, who are positive, who are lights of energy, who come in a room with love saying, you know what? This is how we do it.
Yeah.
And it's all right to not, have a good time doing it, or it's okay if we mess up or
Yeah, there's
we
gonna be.
fail at it. I mean, thank goodness for failure, or else I would never frickin' be here.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
used
have
to get
some road
mad about
bumps.
it and embarrassed about it, and I'm not doing it again. I'm not going to school. Now I realize, my gosh,
You just gotta do it, really.
yes.
I
Wow,
mean,
I felt good to overcome some of my stuff.
yeah, definitely. You feel fantastic,
Give me some.
doing better, feeling better, and just doing that. People see that, and then they ask the questions. You don't have to go after them. Hey, if
That's
you eat like this, you'll feel better. This or that. You just do you.
and listen to your heart. Isn't that a song too? I'm ready to belt out a song. It's just, I don't know how we got all into this stuff today, but it's important that people hear this part. This is just real people really finding themselves and really inspired to actually accomplish their goals.
Yeah, a lot of people get so stuck in trying to make it perfect, but they're learning that
There's balance.
progress is the new perfection. That you're
yeah.
doing it and progressing, that's perfect.
Yeah. Because so
awesome.
many people say things like, I don't have willpower. I don't have willpower. It isn't about willpower.
No.
This is exactly right. There's so many, you know what? This is what I mean. I couldn't do this without you. You make this the whole, because then you hear everybody's seeing it happen. What's exactly this right here?
No, yeah, it's amazing.
I took it on. I was like, you know what? I'm doing this, whatever.
Just do it.
Yeah, I know I was going to not say anything, but you got the 3 streams.
No, I'm not going there. But
Everybody liked it, by the way. So it's just seeing that this occurred and that you followed,
yeah,
because it felt so good seeing me feel so good. You were
Yeah.
always doing what I wouldn't say the word followed. You wanted to get healthy too, is what I'm saying.
yeah, I wasn't gonna not.
That was one thing, but just changing things as we went.
This started out as the next diet, and quickly learned that this is way more than a diet.
And this is
This
what
is
men need to
not.
hear. This is what guys need to hear. Also,
Seriously.
because they're out there taking those pills, they're out there hearing all this
Oh, man.
testosterone stuff.
Yeah.
They're out there hearing all these things because, well, quite
All the
frankly,
same marketing crap.
I was gonna say we're run by love.
Yeah.
So if you love us, donate, and we will continue to get this message out and these commercials and make this happen because this is where people need to learn how to get their healthiest.
Heck yeah.
Be confident in what we're doing. I have questions for you too.
Oh, wow. Well, anyways,
Well, you're coming in here with so
you
much
guys
good
to
stuff.
crush it. I need the guys to really get on
What
board and
makes you
crush
say
it.
that?
Because too many guys are just feeling like crap and not thinking that you can feel better. That's how I was. I
Not all
just
guys have a support system either.
no, they don't.
I would love to see more of
And we're
that.
not gonna go looking for it.
No, I know, but they're watching, they're listening, and I love and I'm so grateful that you're there. And I'm grateful that we get into it too, because there's that whole thing like we look forward to that Wednesday night.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't explain what that turned into,
You
but
gotta
it's like
just
our
show up
show.
for class.
Yeah,
It's
you got
such
to
a
show.
blast.
Yeah,
It's a show. Yeah,
it's a
right.
show. Well, we kept trying to say it's a class, it's a class, it's a class.
Well,
But everybody
because
keeps
you're
saying,
learning
but what do
something.
we keep hearing?
It's
I
like,
got to be there for the show, and I'm like,
yeah.
what? It's a class. It's a plant. It's your plants off show. I'm like, okay, well,
Okay.
it can be 6, 7, 8.
Just show up
Whatever
is
we're
what
doing.
I say.
You got to show up if you want to get it done.
That's right.
That's another thing. If people aren't showing, if you're not showing up,
Shit ain't getting done.
it ain't getting done. It just is the way, and that's what I see.
Mm-hmm.
People who keep showing up. People, you know what? Just take it in a minute. Think right now about all the people who said, "I never thought I'd get this far."
Mm-hmm.
Everyone,
Yeah, no doubt.
every single one.
For
I
sure.
want you listening right now to feel that way. I want you to feel like, I can't believe I got this far. You should right now, because if you're here and you're listening to this, that's the moment to say,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't believe I got this far. I got all this information. I learned all this stuff. I want to get better at it. I want to feel better about it. I
Yeah.
want to be,
Part of a community that's crushing it.
where people are learning how to make these behavior changes that last a lifetime because we're not dieting. We're sick of dieting.
Yeah,
My gosh.
I'm done with dieting.
We're making some awesome kick-ass food this week, by the way.
Man, I
I
can't
love that we are so creative with this stuff. The Eat Your Plants Off classes have let us be able to rip out our creative flow,
Yeah.
bring the things that we know, get those juices flowing for inspiration, feeling good, and most of all, eating your dang plants off.
That's right.
My gosh, people are eating. That's the whole thing. You're hearing all this while people are like, I'm eating so much.
I know.
They're not talking like that, like they got a
not-
cigarette. But
No, but they are eating it a lot.
Let me
They're just
read
like,
what-
I don't understand how I'm losing weight and I'm eating more. It's like
Let
when
me-
you're eating the right fuel, that's how it works. You get healthier, you lose weight, you feel great.
let me read what we're having this week. We're doing, I'm talking about rainbow crunch topping, like a way to get every single plant, color everything in.
Nice.
You know, our gut is responsive to all varieties. It's better when we have more varieties. You know what I mean? And some people, like I said, everybody's so honed in on flipping dieting. We've been teaching people how to start loving food and food that loves them back. So when we hear everybody like losing weight or crushing it, I'm always like, what's working? Well, all of it, but the recipes that we're not doing.
Yeah.
There it is right there.
know.
Rainbow crunch topping on top of our favorite plant-powered bowl of love. I just felt like we need more love. Everybody had a rough month. Stuffed sweet potatoes with black bean veggies.
Yeah,
And
that's going to be
it
great.
could be a soy or it could be a yogurt thing I'm going to be doing. And we're going to be making this. I made this once before. I don't know if you remember. It was
I don't know, but you're making my mouth
orange
water.
sesame 3-bean salad.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to be
let's go.
talking about eating the rainbows in many different ways, not just fruits, not just vegetables, but eating the rainbow of beans, eating the rainbow of grains. These things matter. So anyway, I'm a little pumped up about, I'm just looking at the grocery
I
list
just
right
can't
now.
wait
Sorry.
for our show on Wednesday night.
It's awesome. Well, we have a good time.
It's a cooking show.
It's a cooking show, and that's how we do it. Well, let me ask you something before we get up out of here. Do we have time?
Sure.
Do we have
What
any
do you got?
questions? I'm going to ask you
No,
questions. this week.
actually, it's been a hell of a week. I didn't get any questions.
How has this journey, here it goes. How has this journey changed your health your mind, your marriage?
Wow. My health, well, I feel fantastic now. I thought I was dying before.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's nothing but living.
You
Um,
definitely look healthier.
I feel great.
You always used to have like dark circles under your eyes.
Yeah, no more.
No more of that. You're
I'm getting, I'm
colorful.
getting some good nutrition now.
Your gray hairs look nice.
They're still going gray though. What's up with that? Shouldn't that turn around at some
I think it's a cool
point?
thing. You know what I mean? I mean, you're going to be 58.
Yeah, hey, don't say that.
You don't say that. Just to
And
let
and
everybody know our birthdays are on the same day.
and we're in
Coming up.
marriage. I mean, it's great because we're doing this together. It would really suck if one of us wasn't doing it. You know that it's hard to. It just
What
makes it
changed
harder.
in the marriage?
I don't know.
Going plant-based.
I'm cooking now, and you're not.
Hey, you don't say that, but that is, you guys, you just threw me under the bus. It's true. You do a lot of the cooking now.
But I love it. I like knowing what I'm eating.
You're very creative
Yeah.
about what you're doing and very specific and organized too. And I do, because I am doing a lot of food stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I'm doing the grocery shop and I'm doing
Yeah,
that
yeah.
for
Like,
myself.
right. Well, plus when I see you throwing something together, I'm like, there's measurements on there for a reason. Like, that's why they make a half a teaspoon of it, like they actually.
So ladies,
Yeah,
there's a
this
little
looks like
tip.
enough. Like,
Start cooking like crap and then they'll take over. No, I do love to cook. I love to cook. I just really love your help. How does it feel knowing that you're helping save lives every week?
that just, I mean, it feels amazing, but I don't really think about
I
it.
don't think about it.
I don't.
I mean, it can be
I
animal
mean,
lives, it
now
could
that
be
I'm
people
thinking about
lives.
it, that's amazing that I'm thinking about it.
How many times you get to hear people say, my husband's down 20 pounds, 30 pounds off his medications? Like, this is what we hear.
This is awesome. Yeah,
That's because you're in here doing it and showing them.
that's right. They got to
Thank
hear
you.
that it's possible for guys to do this too. This is like, I don't know. It's like really.
What would you, let me,
It's more of a, I don't, not more of, but it's really a good thing when you can like go outside of the box and eat the stuff that didn't show up in a box. You know,
we didn't know. We didn't know. Let me, this goes
eating
right to
good
this
food
question.
feels good.
I was going to say, what would you say to husbands, partners, dads who don't think this is for them?
Neither did I, really. I mean, I wasn't sure.
Wow.
Well, I didn't. I was
truth.
like, okay, yeah, let's just whatever. And the energy that comes from it is like amazing. Holy cow, I'm really eating the right stuff. I feel way healthier.
What did you think when you first went plant-based? Like, what were you thinking?
I'm gonna give it a shot. I mean,
What kept you like going? Because the
I'm telling you,
society
it's
of,
how I felt because I felt like crap before.
but society was like, guys, dieting,
Yeah.
plants,
Real men
vegan.
eat meat.
Yeah, they're
Really?
vegan. That comes with a whole, it's just, I want to
don't
break
care.
that stereotype and let people see that if you're really,
Jeremy, you can call me whatever you
yeah,
want.
we just
I'm
want you to
telling
be
but
healthy and happy and be aligned with what feels right. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Being
Let's
healthy
be real.
feels good.
That's what it's all about. You're proof that coaching works because we just keep getting better and not giving up.
Heck yeah, right here.
That's what I'm
it.
saying.
Yep.
21 episodes in. Did you
This is
think we would
awesome.
make it? What did you think when we first started this now? Because that was a whole
No,
nother
I don't
level.
know. That was just a whole nother project. Like,
At first, yeah.
yeah, I was like, I don't know.
We knew
We'll
that there
try
was
it.
going to be some rough stuff. Does it feel rough now?
No, it's easier now.
What
Because
changed?
in the beginning, it was just like trying to be too perfect.
Yeah.
That's really what it was. And really, it's just progress over perfection. You got to just go at it and do it. And
Progress over perfection. You know what? I'll drop some tips and then we'll get everybody out of here. How many minutes are we in?
we're an hour.
Self-efficacy we talked about earlier. So I did take some notes to kind of drop it because it is a word that I really didn't understand. What does that mean? And what that means is I want people to be able to say, I got this. I can handle it. I've got the skills. I've got the tools. I've
gotta
got the
believe in
mindset to figure
yourself.
it out. And that's what is probably Plantspiration.
Yeah.
Think about it. You need the right tools. And that's Plantspiration. Just like a muscle, you build it. You know what I mean? And this is how. Mastering experiences, also known as the wins. Doing things is actually the winning part of things. You got, when you crush the things, you celebrate the things. And every time you succeed, even at something tiny, your brain needs to get that evidence of, look what I did.
Look at.
And that's how I did it. That's how I lost the 100 pounds. I mean, everybody forgets that took time.
Yeah.
Oh, you lost 100 pounds? I want that to happen to me. I want it to happen to you too. This is how I did it. You have to take a moment to realize you're in it right now. You're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
2, vicarious experiences. Seeing someone like you doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watching others succeed, especially people that you can relate to, that lights the fire in your brain.
Yeah,
It says, if you can do it, so can I. That's why this Plantspiration community is so massive.
That's why we're doing it. Yeah.
Verbal encouragement. I mean, who doesn't want to hear me hype you up? Who doesn't want to be hyped up?
Everybody needs a wingman.
You just do. Keep going. You're doing better than you think. And that's what I'm going to keep telling you, but live, daily.
Yeah.
These people are crushing it. We love it. This is like the Price is Right. Come on down. Now you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know.
You're seeing
I've
it.
known.
Emotional regulation. Okay, staying calm in the chaos. Not a lot of people learn how to do that. This is how to get that self-efficacy of, I got this. When you learn how to react differently to things, self-efficacy thrives when you can keep cool under pressure. This is big time. And this is what people are learning, because you hear people all the time coming in, I'm stressed. I wish I could tell you losing 100 pounds made all my problems go away, but it did not.
No.
It just taught me how to get through them better.
Yep.
With things like breathing, meditation, gratitude reset. It's why we come in here and have gratitude every day. All of this helps your brain say, hey, I'm okay. I got this.
I got it.
And we've been through this each week in this podcast, and you've been watching it and having it happen. And most of all, that reframing failure, also known as falling forward.
Yeah.
There's no way, when you miss a step, you don't call it failure, you call it feedback. So every single slip up is set up for a comeback. And you hear me say this all the time to people. Your comeback is going to be 100 times better than any setback. So it's not, I can't do this. It's, I'm learning and I'm getting stronger every time I show up.
Yeah.
So you want to boost your self-efficacy? Get in the group.
That's right.
And that's how we do it.
Yeah. Come on down. You're the next contestant on Eat Your Plants Off.
There we go. So I guess that's why we're doing what we're doing. Everybody has an opportunity to feel better, to get healthier, and we want to be able to inspire that. And a bunch of people are right here with you saying you can do it too. I think we're going to wrap it up and thank everybody for coming in here. So first of all, this is the Pay It Forward. This is the dopamine. If this inspired you, if something in here caught your attention, if you got inspired by people reversing disease, send this, share this, and let other people know that there is something we can do to get healthy. Eat your plants off. Be the inspiration the world needs to see. And thanks for tuning in.
Keep crushing it, you guys.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. That's my little plug.
That's right.
And we hope to see you there. Thank you guys so much and have a great week.
Yeah, we'll see you.
We love you.